Welcome to Dear Christian Service, a program where we answer your questions about faith. Today's question is this: what is sin? Now, that is a question that I feel that many of us struggle to actually answer. No matter how deep we are in the faith or not, it can be easy to try to twist the answer, potentially in a way that justifies our actions. But let's look at 3 different ways to look at this. Firstly, sin, as many say, is anything that leads you away from God. That means anything that leads you to unbelief, that leads you to living a life that is ungodly, would be qualified as sin. And that is a very, very popular way of looking at it. But let's see if it is complete by looking at other ways. We could say that sin is anything that goes against God. Now, it's more of a direct version of the other one, really. Because there are things we can do that don't go against God, but that are still considered sin. If anything, these are just things that are blatantly against God. Satanism and witchcraft and all these different things. But I'd be surprised if the Bible didn't answer this question itself. What is sin? Well, according to the Bible, it is anything that isn't preceded by faith. As we can read in Romans 14:23, it says, "But whoever has doubts is condemned if they eat, because their eating is not from faith, and everything that does not come from faith is sin." And I think that is where we need to define the definition of sin. If it isn't preceded by faith, it is sin. That means that anything that we are doing in the flesh, whether it be going to school, working full-time, ministry, if it is done in the flesh, it is sin in the eyes of God. When the Bible says all of our good works are as dirty rags, that is exactly what it means, is that all that is done in the flesh, in our own strength, is sin to the eyes of God. Which is why we need to rely on Christ and on the cross. We need to have a full assurance of our faith in order to live a life that is worthy of the calling that we have been called. Because ultimately the question is not what is sin. The question that really matters is what glorifies God. And so on that note, have a great day or evening. Good morning and good night.